The problem with pessimism is there's no way out other than complete anarchy and destruction.
That's right. And I think this, I mean, I feel this way particularly, I think when you have kids, this becomes like a more focused, I think that the way I look at it is because I have kids, I don't have an option to be pessimistic. I don't have an option to be black-pilled or just feel bad about it. It's like, no, I got little kids. They're going to inherit this world. I got to do everything I can to, like I may have said this before to you, but like the example I think of is like, if you like, let's say you're in your house with your family and like you've got like, let's say a gun or two in the house. And then you look outside and you see like there's like 10 guys with guns charging the house. And it's just you. And you just have your 1 or 2 guns. There's 10 guys with guns charging the house and your family is in the house. Like, you don't have a right, as like the man of your house, you don't have a right to sit there and go, oh man, there's 10 of them and only 1 of me. I mean, I just think the future looks bleak. It's like, what? I don't care. I don't know. You know your house better than them, right? What do you got there? You got some gasoline in your shed? Okay, shoot the shed. That blows up a few of them. Get your family into the attic. Get them into the basement. You got to try. You still have a fighting shot here. So you don't have a right to just sit there and feel bad about, the odds are against you. But crazy things have happened. I will say, You
think it's that bad? 10 guys to 1?
No, I'm just saying even in a scenario.
You know what I'm saying? In your analogy, it's like you're fucked.
Sure. But
That's
even in that. No, I don't know that I don't know that you're necessarily fucked. I mean, hey, listen, dude.
Depends if you're John Wick.
Well, yeah, but also there's a big advantage to a house that that other people don't know.
I would assume by the time people with guns come to your house, they have a pretty good understanding of what your house is built like.
Okay, maybe it's not the perfect analogy. I'm not saying it's going to work out well. I'm saying in that moment, you still go out trying, okay? Yes. Now, I think we have a way better situation than that. I think that...
Good.
You're
freaking me out.
Well, look, I think that tyranny has always relied on propaganda, and that we are running an experiment for like the first time where they're flying with no net. They don't have a propaganda apparatus anymore, like at all.
Well, they certainly don't have control over narratives anymore.
Donald Trump can't even control what Tucker Carlson is going to say.
Right.
You know what I mean? You can't even count on your most influential right-wing voice in America to go, like, there was never anything like this before. There was never, even just in recent times, there was never something George W. Bush could have done where you'd be like, tonight on Fox News, Bill O'Reilly and Sean Hannity are going to tear him apart. That it didn't exist.
Right.
There was never anything Obama could have done where Rachel Maddow was going to tear him apart over that.
Right.
Like, we have that for the first time now. People are waking up in a way to this stuff that's like never happened before.
Right.
And I think that gives us like enormous potential for positive things to happen in the future. Now, and the other thing that's happening is that, like, economically speaking, our system is being pushed to a point where eventually they're going to have to call it quits on all of this. Like, we just can't keep going up. Like, I think it was, I forget the exact recent numbers, but it's something like, it's over $1.2 trillion a year just on interest on the debt. Interest on the debt is like overtaking the entire budget. And at a certain point there, someone's going to have to call it quits and be like, we just got to start reining this thing back in. If they lose all of their popular support and all of their economic ability to keep running up the debt and keep the printing machines going, then I think there's going to have to be a huge adjustment made there. And I do think, like...
Well, this was Elon's argument.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, which is why he wanted this massive economic reform. And
this
is why he wanted to do an audit on everything. And you saw how that worked out.
Well, okay, but he was right. Yeah, but that was still also like the first attempt at that.
Yes.
And he was right about that stuff. So, okay, so yes, that didn't work. DOGE was a failure in terms of actually getting cuts done right now. But it was a huge success in terms of like putting a spotlight on this issue and putting it into the national consciousness in a way that it's never been before.
Yes.
And so now it's like, okay, well, what will the second attempt, what will the third attempt look like? And how... we have a new world now where Donald Trump won the presidency in no small part by coming on this show, by going on Andrew Schultz's show and Theo Vaughn's show, and like all these different and now we're coming up on the next presidential election. Like, for the foreseeable future, in order to win the presidency, they kind of know they gotta come here and to all of our shows and present something that might get you and your audience like, okay, he's he's coming with something here. This is such a new dynamic that I just think like the potential for good is off the charts. And so like, yeah, in the short term, things are still the same. Government policy is still what it is, and the people don't really have much control over that. But I think like long term, I'm very bullish on the ability of people to really wake up and understand what's going on here.